Well, hi there. My name's Noreen Smith and I'm an independent creative memories advisor from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And I'm so happy to be here to participate in this year's Croptoberfest Technique Swap. All of these Croptoberfest products are going to be so wonderful for all kinds of fall layouts. Now, the Croptoberfest project recipe kit includes the pattern paper, the stickers, and instructions to create 2 stunning layouts. But just in case you buy more than one of the beautiful Croptoberfest project recipe kits, you might want some additional ideas for how to use them. So today I'm going to show you how to create a pretty curvy diamond frame layouts using 2 of Creative Memories' most basic yet most loved tools, the 12-inch trimmer and the 12-inch decorative trimmer. Now for this layout that I've created, we will use just one of the beautiful double-sided pattern papers from the Croptoberfest kit. And the nice thing about this technique is that you can really maximize your paper usage. All of these layered borders were created with just one sheet of the pattern papers, and there's no waste. So you get to really use every inch of the beautiful papers. Now, I made this sample layout with the sunflower and yellow paper. So I'm actually going to demonstrate the technique with the pumpkin and green paper. So you can see that there's the overall pumpkin pattern on this side and then a more tonal green leaf pattern on this side. Then you're also going to need 2 base pages. And for my sample layout, I used the 2 neutral stripe pages from the Croptoberfest kit. And for the technique that I'm going to show you, I'm going to use the reverse side, the 2 plaid patterned papers. So you can also use solid cardstock for this, or you can even scrapbook directly onto your album pages. And then if you like to mat your photos, you'll want 1 additional sheet of paper. You can use the solid cardstock that came in the project recipe kit, or you could use another piece of the beautiful pattern paper. So that's all that we're going to need. And it's really a surprisingly easy technique, and I think you're going to find it very, very versatile. So let's get going here with our cutting. And first of all, we're going to cut our pattern paper into 4 3-inch by 12-inch strips. So really simple cutting here. There's 1, 2, and 3 cuts gives us all 4 strips that we need. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut through 2 strips at a time. So I've got 1 strip and 2 strip over here, and I'm going to place the same pattern together. So it doesn't really matter which side you place together, but you'll want the same patterns on the 2 strips that you're cutting to be facing each other. Now we're going to use the curvy blade of our 12-inch decorative trimmer. And what we're going to do is we're going to place our stacked paper strips into the trimmer on an angle. So we're going to want this top corner to be placed 1 notch to the left-hand side of the curvy track, and the bottom corner 1 notch to the right of the curvy track. So I've just made a couple of little arrows here so it's easier for me to see while I'm demonstrating. The fun thing about this is if you need to make some little arrows for yourself, those little marks will just wipe off with a little magic eraser, the kind that you would use to remove scuff marks from walls. So there's our top corner, 1 notch to the left of the cutting track. I'm just going to hold that there and then place the bottom corner 1 notch to the right. Carefully put that down and then cut carefully through both strips. Just go nice and slow. Now, when we pull these out, we're going to want the pieces on this side. We're going to leave them over here, and we're going to take the pieces on this side and leave them off to the right here. So we're going to basically make 2 piles because, as you can see, they're not quite identical. So we're going to keep the left-hand cuts together and the right-hand cuts together. And then let's go ahead and do the same for our second piece of paper. Stack it neatly, place 1 corner at the notch to the left of the curvy track and the other to the first notch on the right and cut through. And just like we did before, we're going to take the pieces on the left, stack those together, and the pieces on the right and stack those together. So now that we've done all our cutting, we're actually going to start arranging and assembling our curvy pieces. So we're going to take one piece from our left hand cuts, and these are slightly larger, and you're going to decide which of those patterns you want, and this is going to be the bottom layer of our little ruffled pieces. So I'm going to place the tonal green pattern on the bottom because it's going to provide some contrast. And then I'm going to take our pile of right hand pieces and we're going to simply layer them on top. And you can see now how we get this fun ruffled border without having to do a lot of complicated cuts or having any waste. So the green border pieces from underneath show up and create that fun little border. Now we're just going to go ahead and adhere these pieces together with some regular tape runner adhesive, and I'm just going to adhere them along the bottom edge, line them up carefully, and adhere them together. And then you can go ahead and do that on all four sides. And then you can see that, of course, that's pretty all on its own. But we're going to take it one step further and we're going to create a bit of a ruffle. So I'm going to switch out my cutting blade for my scoring blade on the 12-inch trimmer. And once you have your two pieces adhered together, you're just going to slip it into the base of your trimmer and you're going to line up the curvy edge with the 1-inch mark on the trimmer and just go ahead and score that. And what that will do will allow you to sort of ruffle up or fold up that top curvy piece to create a ruffled effect, so that when you place it on your layout, you get a little bit more dimension. And of course, even when you place this into your page protector, there's going to be just a little bit of a gap between the two pieces, and that's going to create a shadow, and that's what's going to give you dimension. So let me go ahead and finish off all four of these corner pieces. So you can see I have all four of my sort of double curvy ruffled layered pieces ready to go. But before I adhere them, I just wanted to show you how versatile this layout could be. So here I have the pieces arranged in the four corners to kind of create this diamond pattern in the center. But of course you could reverse it so that you have more of a little swell and it kind of goes up and then down. You could place the pieces in the opposite corners so that it becomes kind of a frame effect. You could place the pieces along the top and sides for almost like a curtain effect, or you could place them along the bottom and sides for the reverse look. Or you could even take these pieces and just place them onto a single page to create a really unique frame and a single page layout. So this particular sort of technique of creating these little layered borders is so versatile, and of course can be adapted to use with any double-sided patterned paper. Then if you like, you can use that additional piece of cardstock or other patterned paper to create some photo mats. And I've just cut the dark green cardstock that was included in the project recipe kit into some 4x6 and 4x4 inch kind of mats, and then I can add my photos on top of that. Then I can go ahead and use either the stickers or the beautiful layered embellishments to finish off my layout. Maybe something like this. And I've got a beautiful fall themed layout with my Croptoberfest papers. And that's it. So I really hope you enjoyed this technique. I think that no matter which pattern paper you choose and which arrangement you choose, I really think you're going to find this to be a simple layout to create and something that you can adapt and use again and again. Thanks very much for joining me. Happy Croptoberfest.